One of the stupidest things I ever did for a fix. Let's go. This one specifically, the stupidest things I did for a fix, the pure addiction desperation. This story is like a poster for addiction, desperation, and insanity of where our brains go. Before I get into it, remember Soberdogs does not promote or condone any drug use. Please seek professional medical help if you have an addiction. Get a little sip of my coffee to start, just woke up. This is in Rochester. When I'm using in Rochester and I'm real bad, this encompasses all the typical desperation and insanity of addiction. So I go to this street in the hood, which is, you know, a known street with a couple dealers on it. I go to this house that I always go to. So I knock on the door and this girl answers. I've seen her there a couple times before. I'm like, yo, is so-and-so here? And she's like, no, he's not here. And anyway, he's out right now. So I'm like, shit, okay. Now I know 3 houses down, there's these two brothers that live there that sell. Their stuff's not as good in my opinion, but whatever. Hey, when this dude's out, they're open. So I walk down the sidewalk and I'm walking over and I see this other dude that I know that's a user from around Rochester. Now he's standing in front of the house, in front of a tree on the sidewalk. Like, just when I looked at the situation, it was weird how he was standing and where he was standing. He was in front of this tree, like back to the tree, back to the house. So almost like hiding behind the tree. And it just looked a little off, but I was so focused on getting something, it didn't matter. So I walk up to him, I slap him up, I say, what's up, man, how you been, blah, blah, blah. So I go to walk past him and go in the house, and he like grabs my shirt and he pulls me back. He's like, bro, I wouldn't go in there right now. I'm like, why? He goes, I was just coming out and 2 dudes busted in there with masks on. I'm like, okay. You know, what happened? He's like, I don't know. He's like, I went in there. They said, give me a couple minutes. So I went to walk out the door. 2 dudes busted in with masks on and literally kicked my ass down the stairs and were like, get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, okay. So I got a quick decision. The logical and realistic thing to do would either be to wait with this dude or leave. There's 500 other dealers in Rochester. I'm in full-blown withdrawal. I'm freaking out. My normal dude's out. I don't have time. I remember I had to go to work. So again, this is one of those brilliant addiction plans. I feel like literally every single time in the history of the world that an addict says, okay, I gotta be at work at 9 o'clock. I'm gonna get up at 7:15 and I'll leave the house at 8 o'clock, which gives me a half-hour block or 40-minute block to get my stuff, get high, and be in work on time. Never does that work. Always something happens to where it's later. Even if everything goes perfect, drives perfect, meet the dealer, he's ready, he's got everything, get your stuff, get high, we get stuck after we get high. 40 minutes in the car go by. Something stupid happens to where we're always late. So my brilliant brain, I gotta get something, I gotta get to work, blah, blah, blah. And also I'm just, during this period and during this bad of withdrawal, there's this level of I don't give a fuck. And it's scary. It's almost like my life is so bad right now, I really don't care if they shoot me. In a minor way, we almost welcome it. Because we don't know what else to do. When we're stuck in that misery of addiction, there is not like these options on the table. It's not like, okay, option 1, rehab, option 2, not used today, option 3. It's just like, it is so ingrained, and then with the withdrawal and the physical and mental changes, it's like option 1, use, option 2, die. I walk right past him and go right in this house. As soon as I stepped the first foot in the house, I thought about what the hell I did and was like, you are an idiot. But I committed, so at that point I committed to it. So I walk in the house, boom, dude in the living room points the gun at me. And if my parents are watching, these are the type of videos they are like, oh my God, I cannot believe what you did. So I walk in, he had somebody on the ground and he points, quickly pulls it up and points it at me. The other dude's in the kitchen with a dude at the kitchen table pointing the gun at him, making him, throw shit in this bag, which I didn't pay that much attention. I saw a little bit of money, but I saw some other stuff. So I'm assuming, they made a simple request of put all your shit and all your money in a bag. So I walk in and I'm like, I need something. I don't care who sells it to me. You, or you. Please. I laugh, but it's dead serious and so stupid. Dude in the living room is perplexed. If I had to guess, he was either the younger one of the two robbers or the one with less experience or something. Because they had this mask thingy on, but like those real thin ones, so I could see a little bit of the face. I couldn't tell you today who it was, but I could see a little bit of you could see a little bit of the expressions, a real light ski mask. Like, he doesn't know what to do. He's just like, dude in the kitchen was clearly the leader to whatever extent and was like, are you fucking kidding me? You dumb fiend, and just starts blasting me with all this shit. And I'm just sitting there like, dude, please. I gotta go to work. I am dead sick. Please. So he comes over. He takes a couple out of the bag, throws them on the floor in the living room. I throw my money down. I grab a couple of them, and I'm like, thank you, and I'm going to jet out the door as quick as I can. As I'm jetting out the door, I get literally kicked in the ass, like I said the guy did before, from the one in the kitchen. Boom! Boots me in the ass and says, get the fuck out of here. I run out of there. Dude down by the tree sees me, and I'm, putting him in my pocket as quick as I can. I'm scrambling, and I clearly got that run look on my face where I'm in a rush, but I got what I wanted. Yo, and he's, what happened? I know this dude. I've known him for a while. I wouldn't say we're friends, but I hand him one of mine. I don't know why. I think it was just, I was never that, I was selfish, don't get me wrong, in addiction, but I was also somebody who didn't try to burn bridges. I figured there'd be a time when he saw me, helped me out, or whatever. And I know what it's like to be on that end of it, sitting there sick, waiting. And if these people get robbed, you ain't getting nothing when they come out. You're not going to stop the robbers on the way out. They're not going to stop in the middle of the street with ski masks and guns and be like, here you go, Mr. Addict. So, I just drop one in his hand and fucking run. That was probably one of the stupidest things I ever did for a fix. K. Ruggs, the Soberdog, and I'm out. See ya.